one of the most well-known women in European history, but almost everything people know about her has been skewed by time. Her legacy is that of a foolish and extravagant woman who ignored her people and spurred the French Revolution. But is any of that really true? Today, Sophia and I are going to delve into the life of Marie Antoinette and discuss the many misconceptions about her life, as well as looking at who she really was. So hop into our morbid time machine and let's get into it.
Welcome, inquirers, new and old. Have you ever wanted to go down a rabbit hole of morbid history, but you don't know where to start?
Then you are in the right place. Our Grand Past is a podcast where each week we explore messed up history.
From shipwrecks and spooky places to morally questionable people and practices, we're Sophia
and Maia.
Join us in our morbid time machine
and let's discuss history's most fucked up.
Hey, Maia.
Hi, Sophia.
What just happened with my voice there?
It's okay. I've been yelling all day.
We're good.
Marie Antoinette. Guys, I'm so excited. If you are real ones, true listeners, mainly just our families,
literally,
y'all will know that I have been looking forward to my Marie Antoinette episode, and we're kind of just going to be vibing a little bit, like going with what we've been doing for a while. I have some fun stuff to share, but we're also probably just going to yap a lot.
Yes.
But I'm excited because she's so cool.
Yeah.
She's also really pretty.
Yeah.
Did you? She's a Hagrid.
Yeah, that's true. Did you? I feel like we've talked about this before, but did you ever read the Princess
Diaries? Yes.
I had the Queen Elizabeth one, which we'll get to that later. That's my queen, my favorite queen.
Mine was I had Marie Antoinette, and I had one of the Romanov sisters. I think there's a Romanov sister one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I had Queen Elizabeth. I think I also had the Marie Antoinette one.
I just borrowed it from my school library. But because like the covers were like kind of puffy and like the sides were gold and it had like the built-in mark. So I felt like so
fancy.
Like, yeah.
Well, did you ever read any of like the Dear America books?
I think I read one.
I remember reading one of those, but those had like the like squiggly edges. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, I can't remember what they're actually called.
Ribbed? I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Series of Unfortunate Events hardcovers have those too. I love that series as well.
Wait, oh my god, you guys, that was literally the sound of my brain breaking in half for a second.
The silence.
But yeah, I loved the show. I never got through the whole series reading the books, but I loved the show.
Read fully through the first one and partially through the second one. My sister read the whole thing. I remember when she read the medical one, she had nightmares and couldn't read it at night. But no, I watched the whole series. I also watched the movie, the one with Meryl Streep and not Johnny Depp. Why did I say Johnny Depp? Tim Carrey. No, yeah, Tim Carrey.
Johnny Depp.
That too. Tim Carrey as Saint Olaf. Saint Olaf.
Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
What? Sing?
Disney.
So that's actually an original composition by me that has nothing to do with Disney TM. I feel like unless one of our like listeners like reports us to Disney, they're not gonna find us at all.
I hope so, but you never know. Disney's always watching.
I want to talk about because I just like thought of something, but like I won't because I don't want to get killed.
You don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. How about I just don't say their name?
Okay.
So a certain company recently released a certain movie musical about a girl and a little star and this guy taking wishes. And it's like one of the songs was completely AI. Right?
Oh, really?
And it sounds kind of cute.
Dang.
And I was like, whoa.
That's a little
frustrating. Have you seen Elon Pelon? Do you know Elon Pelon?
No.
It's this girl on TikTok. I'm going to show you after this episode. But Elon Musk, I think he was the one who released a new AI too.
Oh, okay.
Is the mic working?
The mic is working. You're just talking very quiet.
Oh, my bad, you guys. Apparently, he released an AI too.
Oh. Does that surprise you?
No.
Exactly.
Shout out to one of my professors. We were talking about imperialist leaders.
Oh.
And we were talking about like just different types of like people, and like we're talking about how like shoot, what's the guy that made Microsoft?
Oh, Jobs? Steve Jobs?
Yeah, and then Mr. Apple.
It was
This anemic, sickly looking one.
I know who you're talking about.
He looks like he has fallen to consumption. Am I wrong?
No.
No, he literally.
It's not also not Steve. No, it's not Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is dead. R.I.P. King.
Isn't the Apple dude dead too?
No, he was at Trump's inauguration.
He was?
Right? Apple. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking no, because Jeff Bezos is Facebook.
No, he's Amazon.
He's Amazon.
Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg.
That's who I'm thinking of. Who's Apple guy?
Is Apple guy Steve
Apple's
Jobs?
creator. Steve Jobs. Yeah. Who's Microsoft?
This is Microsoft creator.
Bill Gates.
Oh, Bill Gates.
No. Okay. Bill Gates is also dead.
No, he's not.
He's not?
I'm pretty sure Bill Gates is still alive. Just Google.
Yeah, he is. Oh my god. Okay.
Bill Gates.
So Mark Zuckerberg is the anemic, consumption looking one.
Yeah.
And he
looks like a robot.
Yeah, and we were talking about how people like portray themselves and how they change over time by like being like famous and stuff like that. And it's like you look at him when he was in his little garage making Facebook, and then like now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the process, and it's like that, and then he went, and then a certain other man is an outlier. He refused to say his name, Elon Musk's name. And someone was like, do you mean Elon? He went like that person. And they were like, a girl was like, do you mean Elon Musk? And he was like, I am not even going to say I'm not going to give power to his name. And
fair enough. It's like Voldemort.
Ovation.
It's like Voldemort. Saying Voldemort.
Exactly. And I was like, I know who you are and I like who you are. Shout out to you. I'm sorry you had to cancel class because of your sick cat. That sucks.
Damn. But no, what I was going to say is Elon Musk went through reverse male pattern baldness. Before he got famous, he was super, super, duper, duper, super bald. And now he's not anymore.
He's like half bald.
Well, he's still like half bald, but he was also more bald.
He's so ugly. And can I say that? Like,
no, he is.
So like this is a weird thing I do, but I also like when I say someone's ugly, like his face scares me. That's like like physical features are a separate thing.
Yeah.
But like part of your personality, I feel like affects your features. Do you know what I mean? Like someone can be like really, really like physically like beautiful, but you can tell that they're like a really mean or like not good person.
I feel like the only caveat to that is RBF. Because I know some really, really nice people who have some really, really bad RBF.
I have RBFs too, and also like I've like so basically my like eyes are actually like my eyes and my eyebrows are actually like lower than I usually have them because I've just like always like raised them up a little bit to make my eyes bigger. So like my eyes are actually like here. But like I always am like this. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And also I think it's because of my glasses that I don't ever wear. But,
yeah.
Like, I've been trying to like not do that as much, but then I feel like I look like scary as fuck.
With your glasses?
Whoa. No, my eyes, like when I'm just like have them like more closed.
Oh. Anyway.
Okay, anyway, that's like not gonna be in there.
Marie Antoinette.
Oh my god, how long have we been talking?
For like 10 minutes.
Okay, let's get down to business. To defeat the
just shut up.
I didn't finish this. Okay, so let's try to pronounce her full name. Marie Antoinette Josephine Jean d'Ostrich Lorraine.
Wait, let me see.
Right? Josephine? Would it be Josephine?
No, it'd be Josephine.
Josephine.
Just
no, it's not Ian. It's just Josephe. Because there's no N-E. Josephe Jean d'Ostrich Lorraine. Originally German Maria Antonia Josephina Joanna von Ostrich Lothringen. We should make a compilation of me trying to pronounce things.
We should.
Okay, anyway, we're just gonna shorten it to Marie Antoinette because you guys can't expect me to say that every.
Okay, so this is like kind of related, but also not. I grew up with someone whose full name was Antoinette Josephine, which I'm like, that is iconic.
Yeah.
That is like so iconic.
Did they go by AJ?
No. They went by, they shortened both names. So they were,
Angel?
nope, Tony Joe.
Oh, that's fun.
I know, right? But I'm like, every time I hear her name, I'm like, Antoinette Josephine. That's a strong name. That's a
That's
very
iconic.
strong name.
Okay, moving back to our Antoinette. That was a good line.
That was a good line. That was a good segue.
Thank you. We don't often make those.
We don't.
Anyway, she is Austrian. In case some of you may have thought that she was actually French, which I fear a lot of people do.
Yup.
She's not. She is Austrian. Fun fact, she is related to the Habsburgs, but she is not weird like them. I know everyone's like, but Maya, you hate the Habsburgs. I know I do. I don't hate her though because she's Marie Antoinette.
You hate the Habsburgs minus Marie Antoinette.
Basically, and also the incest line was the Spanish line and she's Austrian, so
you only hate the Spanish line.
mainly the Spanish. She was born November 2nd, 1755, and well, I guess I'll just say she died October 16, 1793.
How old would that make her?
She's 37.
Damn.
She did die very young.
You did. But also, low-key, I thought she was younger.
Yeah,
Like-
she got married. So actually, well, I guess we can just say this.
Yeah.
Because she was like born in Austria, right? She was a princess, and her whole life, her life was born to be political, basically.
Yeah.
Like, she was born to be married off politically, but she didn't know too much about politics.
Oh.
From what I understand. She obviously knew a certain amount because she was a princess, but she didn't like actively participate in a lot of politics.
Okay.
She got married to King Louis XVI. Yes.
I think so.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
6.
Louis XVI of France when she was 14. Yes. I don't remember how old he was. Wait. This is going to be really bad.
It's gonna be, yeah, it really is.
Oh, he was only 15.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh my God. Bless.
We're vibing at this.
Yes. That's, you guys give a round of applause. Okay. So 14, she got married, right? I thought she was like, did not have as many siblings as she does, but she's the 11th daughter.
Oh, wow.
Of
Just
the Holy
daughter?
Roman Emperor Francis the First.
Just daughter.
Yeah. And she married Louis before he was king.
Okay, so he was still Prince Louis.
Yes. Or Dauphin
Huh?
is the word. It's a title of the eldest son of a king of France, or like the heir, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like how in Russia,
It's Tsarevich.
yeah. Were you gonna say something?
That can wait till our Russia episode.
I'm so excited for that one too.
Well, and I guess like the thing too is, I guess part of my conception of Marie Antoinette being like so young when she died is the media portrays her as no older than 25 in most depictions.
Yeah.
If that. A lot of times I feel like she is also depicted as being in her late teens.
Yeah, and that's part of, I think, the reason why a lot of people think it's like her fault the French Revolution happens. Like, I feel like a lot of people think she married Louis when he was a king, and then like she spent a bunch of money, and like in a few years everything fell. She's literally not the reason for the French Revolution. Maybe?
No, it's worse.
Hello? So basically, one of the reasons that people like think she was like, let them eat cake, which she like didn't just mean like cake. She's talking about bread, you guys, and she also just like literally. Anyway.
And also, French was not her first language.
French.
For
a second I was like, France. French. Yeah.
French.
Yeah. Yeah. She would have like known some, but also like you guys. And so basically she like spent money, obviously, because she was a queen of a country. But there's a bunch of other things that were happening that led France into debt and the revolution. And basically, like, the reason people think of that, like, well, one, she was, like, not exactly ignorant of politics, but she didn't really participate in them because of her husband. And
Like, he persuaded her not to,
he
or...
ignored her. I'll get to that in a second. Their marriage life was not the best. And she also just rejected, like, the reforms that were trying to be, like, pushed through. And she was trying to, like, keep it more, like, old.
Oh.
And that's also because of her family.
Okay.
Like, they were pressuring her to, like, keep it like that. So, like, her marriage was, like, political for, like, France and Austria to be, like,
better connected.
Yep. And basically, Louis was, like, not a good husband. And throughout their early marriage, when he was still a prince, like, they barely even saw each other. And they also didn't have kids anyway already. And so by the time he became, like, the ruler, like, she didn't really have any sway, like, socially, I don't think. And, like, Britannica says that she had withdrawn to seek companionship and distraction among a circle of favorites and politically vulnerable companions whom she may have avoided if her private life had been more satisfactory. Meaning her husband.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's literally her husband's fault why she played such, like, a political role in the revolution, you guys. Because he was not cool.
Yeah.
And because of, like, him not paying attention to her, people, like, blamed her for having an affair because she didn't have kids or anything, and they didn't, like, consummate their marriage.
Yeah.
And they eventually did have children. They had a daughter first, which was then also this big thing because she didn't have a firstborn son.
Yeah.
And then she had a son. She had another one, and then she had 2 sons. I don't know. But she did try to do some political stuff, but nothing ever really went well.
Okay.
And people, I feel like, think she had, like, a lot of political power and was like, taking all this money away from the people, and she really wasn't.
Okay.
She really didn't.
Yeah.
Have a lot of power. She also was quite young, you guys.
Yeah.
So was King Louis, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, since she wasn't able to do, like, the political stuff her family wanted, her brother was not happy with her either, who is at that point the King of Austria.
Oh.
Or, he would have been the Holy Roman Emperor at this point because of Austria stuff that's happening. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, right. Their children, Louis' brother, like, spread, like, fake rumors. And it was this thing called the Affair of the Diamond Necklace in 1785, where she was accused of having a relationship with a cardinal. And so that made, like, all the nobles, like, reject anything the king tried to, like, push through until they eventually, like, had kids and it, like, settled down. But from what I understand of the Affair of the Diamond Necklace, it was basically a countess was supposedly trying to acquire a diamond necklace for Marie Antoinette when it was really just for herself. And then, like, the people they made it for was, like, they couldn't sell it. And then to Louis the 15th, Louis the 16th, Marie Antoinette's husband's father. And so then they tried to sell it to Louis the 16th or the queen, and they didn't buy it. And so the countess basically schemed with the cardinal. No, she just involved him, and then it, like, was this whole thing, and then it was like they want to acquire the necklace, like, together, and then it's like, oh, they're like or whatever, and I'm like, no. Anyway, and guess what happens?
What?
The French Revolution.
Oh, the French Revolution.
Yay! So she had supported Jacques Necker's return to power at the end of August 1788, and, as Britannica says, approved the concession of double representation to the Third Estate, but she was still, like, super unpopular because she was regarded as, like, an associate of the former regime. And I was right. So her eldest son did die, like, around the French Revolution time, so she was, like, not that interested in politics because her son was, like, literally dying.
Damn.
But she then, like, she kind of became, like, more powerful after that, like, during stuff and, like, yeah, so she tried to be more political to, like, keep the current, like, power system in place, which made her really unpopular with, like, the revolutionaries. And the let them eat cake thing was talking about, like, people didn't have bread, so she was like, let them eat cake, like, let them eat bread. So, yeah. And then they became hostages, and then basically people just like kept hyping her up. I'm not gonna go too deep into like the whole French Revolution because
Yeah.
that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
But basically then nothing works and she gets killed. She gets executed. Because France is the one like when did they stop? They had public executions until like the 1960s, 80s, right?
70s.
70s? Okay.
The last person to be executed by guillotine was executed, I want to say like 6 months before the first Star Wars movie came out.
Ooh.
It was either 6 months before or 6 months after. So therefore, reasonably, I think it was after because like there was like a reasonable. It's very reasonable that the last person executed by guillotine could have seen Star Wars.
You guys, history is really interesting.
It is really interesting.
Be a history major.
Be a social work teacher.
Yeah, wait. Okay, so I'm fast forwarding you guys to the whole French Revolution because I don't want to say too much about that and we're running out of time. But she was guillotined on October 16th, 1793, I think. But her daughter lived, and so did her youngest son.
Weren't they sent to other family?
Okay, so like that's really cool, right? She was a really interesting person. So like people make her seem like this really like bad person who just like spent all of France's money and was like she did stop the revolution, but excuse me, which like obviously we are like, yeah, go revolutionize, like we hate the government, right? But like from her standpoint, like that's what she lived with. And as the queen, like it's low-key kind of her job to be like protecting her station.
Exactly.
And she was she was sold for a political marriage to a husband who did not love her. And then one of her children ended up dying.
Yeah.
And so did she. And here's this little thing that I want to talk about that you guys probably haven't heard of before, which I think I've talked about a bit before, maybe just to Sophia. But it's this thing called Marie Antoinette syndrome. And it's this really weird phenomenon, which is derived from this folklore about Marie that, like, the day she was going to be executed, her hair suddenly turned white, like, before she was decapitated. Which, it's like, there's, like, these people saying that they, like, saw her hair turn white, like, while her, like, she was on the guillotine.
Yeah.
Some people, like, some say it, like, happened the night before. All these different things. And it's like actually a thing, but maybe not. It's like a cousin of is it alopecia?
Yeah.
Basically, where it's like your hair does turn white slowly, like at like a younger age. But it's called Marie Antoinette syndrome because of her and like her little story about it.
I was gonna say, and like a lot of like paintings of Marie Antoinette, her hair is like very light and almost like white looking.
It's a powdered wig.
Like, even when she's a child.
Oh,
like have you seen that of like when she's like 12 years old and her hair looks very blonde, almost white.
Yeah, it might still be white. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so there was that. Like, and so it's like something that's like maybe true, but it's like a myth. And like some like researchers like are like, no.
Yeah.
But it's like basically just like people who like their hair ages really fast. But it's like,
yeah,
I think it's fun.
Yeah. No.
And it's like there's been a few others who like one is Thomas More, who apparently the same thing before his execution, his hair turned white. And so in theory, it could be like due to like sudden immediate stress that turned white.
Yeah.
But it's not really like backed by like enough researchers.
Well, because there's also like that like rumor theory that like the thing like, oh, don't stress too much, your hair's gonna turn white.
Yeah.
Like,
or like your hair falls out when you stress.
Yes. Well, so I actually kind of have a funny little anecdote for that. When my sister and I were younger, we went to the hairstylist. She was probably around 7 or 8, so I was like 5 or 6. And the hairstylist found a gray hair on her head, and we're like,
Goodness.
huh? But like, also, if you look, kids are stressful. I'm gonna preface this: kids are stressful. But if you look at parents, like compared to, here's a good way to put it. So my dad and my uncle are my mom's sister's partner. My uncle are the same age. He didn't have kids until he was in his early 40s. My dad had kids when he was in his late 20s. They're the same age. Before my aunt and her partner had kids, they did not look the same age. Like my uncle looked years younger than my dad did. Just because my dad had more salt and pepper beard, more kind of gray hair. It doesn't help that my dad buzzes his hair. I think it makes him look scary, and which is really funny because he's not a scary guy. It's like, the looks like could kill you is a cinnamon roll. Like, that meme. That's my dad. He looks very scary. He's a truck driver. So like by his profession, he is scary. He doesn't have friends. He has guys. So like
The boys.
no. Like when my car was broken, oh, I have a guy. Dude, what? Yeah, my Subaru guy. It's his buddy from work. There's like a difference, and like, but no, that was like just something like really interesting that we always joked about. Because we're always like, Dad, why do you look so old? And he goes, it's the kids.
Help.
Thank you. We did our jobs. Woo! But yeah, I think that is all we have for today.
Yeah, it kind of is. But Marie Antoinette's super cool. And if you guys want to look up more about her, I highly suggest it just because she's interesting. And there's obviously movies about her, but most media interpretations aren't exactly correct.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So that's all we have. Join us next week as we actually talk about the Winchester House.
Yay!
4 weeks in the making at this point.
Yeah.
By the time we record, or by the time that episode is released. So yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us.
If you were like manifesting Winchester House and kept getting disappointed every week.
So sorry, but no, you're actually getting the Winchester House this week. It's not going to be a, haha, just kidding. So join us next week. Stay curious. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. As always, all sources will be listed in the show notes below. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on our upcoming discussions. Join us next week as we delve into the intriguing depths of our grim past. Stay curious, there's so much more to uncover.